Welcome to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. You are here live with Trish and Steve. Hey, Steve Bose.
Hey, Trish McFarlane, how are you today?
I am good. How are you?
It's a Monday. It's getting towards the end of the day, so I'm all right, hanging in there. We had a huge line of storms roll through here last night. So it was like an awful night of like no sleep. And then I guess in a new thing, the Alexa device goes off when there's National Weather Service warnings.
Really?
Which at least mine does, yeah. And so there were a couple of those during the course of the night with severe thunderstorm. I think that's a good thing. I mean, I would want to be warned if some horrible calamity was about to befall my street here. So, but at 3 a.m. it was a little rough, and at 5 a.m. or how many times it was.
I don't think I've used the word calamity in quite a while.
The sun's come out now, so I think after the show I'm going to go outside.
Awesome. Well, I had high winds, no rain, so that's good, or very little, like not enough to even mention. But you know what I did over the weekend? Well, not a whole lot of exciting, I should say. But what I did was picked elderberries.
Nice.
Have you heard of elderberries?
I have not.
So I picked them because I found these bushes and I wasn't sure exactly what they were. So I, of course, Googled it and found out. And they are edible, but you have to cook them first. So I decided I'm going to make elderberry jam.
Nice.
So I did. But it really turned into elderberry syrup instead of jam. So, but then I found that elderberry syrup is used. Apparently, people spend a lot of money by going to the pharmacy or to a store that's like a pharmacy and getting it. It's, like $20 for a tiny bottle, roughly. And it's to boost your immunity and help fight colds and flus.
Nice.
So I'm the hookup for the elderberry relief, apparently.
Speaking of that, we talked on the show a week or so ago when I did the unboxing deal with that L-cysteine. Supposed to 1 pill to reduce anxiety and 2 for a hangover. So I have not been super consistent about taking them. I took it maybe 3 or 4 or 5 of days. I've got the bottle of it right on the counter so I don't forget. And of course, I just forgot. So I've not noticed the effects of the L-cysteine. I must tell you, I did though, because I'd forgotten. It's been so long since I took a supplement like that. Just how awful they smell. Like certain supplements or vitamins or multis, whatever it is. I don't know why that is, but I opened up the bottle and I should have brought it over here. I didn't know we were going to talk about this to show you the size of the capsule, which is gigantic.
Oh no!
And it's an awful, awful smell too. So maybe that's part of the reason why I laid off on continuing to take them. But I've noticed no less anxiety, and I haven't been hungover, so I haven't noticed that either.
I think you're right about supplements in general, though, and I would love to hear if people have some that are good that don't smell or have weird effects like that. Because at one point I heard fish oil was good, and I bought the fish oil capsules. Oh my gosh, they smell disgusting. Like I don't even want to take them. I never did finish them.
Yeah, and some of them have another kind of deleterious after effect, similar to if you eat a whole bunch of asparagus real quick. The next few hours later, it's like, whoa, dude, what's going on in your life? Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm doing instead of supplements today? We're talking about wellness, really. We didn't plan a wellness show, but look, here we are having one. I am on an exercise ball.
Nice.
To sit here and bounce all day at work. That wouldn't be annoying, would it? No, seriously. Look at this.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I don't have one. That's one thing I didn't pick up when I did that little quick, pre-pandemic, get a few fitness supplies. I did not get the exercise ball, which I should have gotten. And I'm still struggling. I tried over the weekend to get some more dumbbells. It's just not possible. It's not a thing that you can obtain here in the United States it seems to me, at least I'm not able to. And then I read, there was a long article in either Esquire, maybe, or Vox, or one of those sites about why there was a dumbbell shortage. And it's actually super interesting. It was just another one of those really interesting pandemic supply chain stories, right? And like most of them, or many of them anyway, this one started in China because the vast majority of dumbbells that enter the US consumer market are manufactured in China. Really? And so the Chinese factories and the Chinese supply chain was the first things that got hit, right? At the start of the pandemic, so January, February into March, all that manufacturing dried up and that supply chain just shriveled. And then you get to about April or so here in the US, March, April, and dummies like me, right, and everybody else, but bought up all the existing stock of dumbbells. And there we go. We can't get any more, and you still can't get any more. And the other thing you really cannot get either, which I tried to do, or easily anyway, is like a basic bicycle. Very, very difficult to get right now.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's it. That's the supply chain, the HR Happy Hour supply chain edition here for you. But super fascinating. I think all those supply chain stories were interesting. Like at the beginning of it, like the toilet paper story, right? Which was like because they couldn't shift from industrial production to home use production quickly enough, and it all just withered. I think that's so cool. It's interesting. I guess someone will write a really cool book about this eventually.
I think you're right, because I feel that way about my Clorox wipes. It's like, why can't Clorox get their act together and get the wipes? Well, apparently it's long stories around other things that they need to make the wipes are not available because the supply chain had disruption, So anyway,
yeah
I think we're going to see more and more of this because we just switched to other products. We just stopped using things altogether. And, it's fine to do that for a month or so, and I know habits can be formed even faster than a month, but if you think about it, if you go without something for 4, 5, 6 months or longer, you probably won't ever go back. So
do you really need it? Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I really miss my Clorox wipes, but my Pampers baby wipes are still doing just fine.
Yeah, I'm trying. That's a good idea. Maybe that's some other show we can talk about. Like, what are the things we kind of miss? Like, not the going out to a bar kind of stuff, or that dopey stuff. Like, I mean, yeah, that's cool. Speaking of that, like, we talk about fitness and wellness on the show, right? I'll give you another little fitness wellness thing just in my world. I believe as of today, and someone can fact check me on this, or if you really, really need something to do with your life. As of today, I believe North Carolina, where I currently reside, is the only state in America who has not allowed the gyms to reopen. So our gyms are still closed here. They never reopened, and we're the only ones left in America in that situation.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I thought about it like at the early parts of the pandemic. I remember when you and I were messaging one day, like in April or May, or maybe it was March even, and I was like, I'm thinking about going to the gym, and you were like, all caps. You're like, do not go to the gym, right? And then over time, I was totally with you. I was like, yeah, there's no way even if that gym reopens, there's no way I'm going back to it. But now though, it's been so long. It's been, it'll be September here in about 10 hours.
Right.
If that gym reopens, I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it. At least just check it out, just to see what the scene is like and what the rules are and how it feels. What do you think?
I think you have to look at each business independently of how they're responding. So, for example, I've gone bowling a couple times. Now, there are a few places where I would not bowl. It doesn't look safe. It doesn't look clean. I'm not seeing cleaning going on. I went bowling the other day with Carly, and, everything is divided off. You are not near anyone. Everyone's wearing masks, and the balls are each disinfected. Even if they're all behind a counter, so you don't even get to go up and pick your ball. You have to tell them what size you want. You can try it. If you don't pick that ball, that's fine. They take it away, they disinfect it right there, and you get a clean disinfected ball. It's like, now, then, did I feel pretty safe? I've decided I'm past the point of staying in all the time. I'm not going to do that. But when I do go out, I'm trying to pick places where I do see visible signs. So yes, I know there are gyms that have spaced their equipment out more than 10 feet, and have squared off or whatever, somehow cordoned off areas. And if there's disinfectant and things like that in play, then I'd probably be fine with it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're not open yet, so I don't have the option to go check it out. But supposedly about mid-September they're going to open, and it's remarkable to think too in a state I guess this is the Deep South, right? Like this is the last place in America. Hey, last thing we should talk about. The last thing we should talk about today, we had a really cool meeting, got a cool project coming up. I know you wanted to shout it out. I'm gonna let you do that.
We do. We are doing some exciting work with Ceridian and have a first webinar coming up at the end of September. What's the exact date, Steve?
I believe it's 9:30.
That's it, 9:30. So stay tuned, everyone, for the link. The link is not out yet, but we have our topic. It's new, exciting.
Yeah, really cool, really innovative, I think.
Yep, Karen Hunter is doing it with us, and she also is doing some research behind the scenes with us. So yeah, stay tuned. September is going to be a busy month as we get ready for
It
this.
is shaping up to get busy. Yeah.
And you know what? I'll tell you the one thing that I know I'm missing coming up, and we can talk about this in a future one too, is Ceridian always has their Insights conference in October, and I've gone for so many years. I know you've gone a while too. So,
Times, yeah.
I love it, and I really love the speakers they have and the information. So they are going to have that virtually. So we'll give a teaser on that one when those links are available as well. But anyway, I'm just excited to spend some time with Ceridian. So shout out to our there.
Cool.
Good deal. Well, I think that's it for now. I'm going to finish my little jumping exercises that you keep ignoring. I'm going to send you like little tiny weights and an exercise ball. How about that?
I could use the help, that's for sure.
But I'll be honest, I had not gained any weight, really, like a pound from January through like last month. And now all of a sudden, I think the quarantine weight is hitting me.
You know, I think that's so funny you say that. You don't look it, but I think I'm down. I don't have a scale, so I don't know for sure. Like I know we're running over. I got sick at the beginning of March. Did I ever talk about this on the show? I don't know if I did.
A long time ago.
So anyway, that was the last trip we did at the beginning of March, was the Ultimate Software event. I came back from that. That was the last event that got held, really, of any kind. It was a big event in Las Vegas right in the beginning of March. I got home and immediately got sick, went to the doctor, and since I didn't have a fever and I hadn't traveled in China, like I couldn't get a test. And I don't know what testing is like now anywhere really, but at that time, right, that was the very beginning. No, you could not get a test for COVID, right? So I don't know if I had it or not. I felt awful though for the better part of that week though, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, the reason I brought it up is the last time I knew what I weighed. So I think because they weighed me at the doctor, I think I'm down a little bit. I think I am.
That's it. Say that because I don't weigh myself either. And the last time I weighed was in January when I went to the doctor, and I had been to Seattle in January and was so sick.
And you got very sick. I remember that trip. Yeah.
3 weeks. Like I was so sick. You and I were giving a presentation, if you remember. I could barely do it, but I did it. And I remember I stayed seated and had like hot tea in my hand the whole time. Like I could barely talk. I was so sick.
So maybe we're both like fortunate that maybe we got sick and didn't really know it, and we came through it okay, and now we've got antibodies. I don't know. We'll see.
When the antibody test, I looked into it, at least in my area, it's still around $195 for the antibody test, and I'm pretty sure that I had COVID. I really think I had.
Yeah, it's possible you did, and I kind of feel the same way. But I don't know. I never got a fever, so well, whatever.
Oh, I had high fevers. Remember?
Yeah. I do remember.
Vertigo, was passing out. Like it was crazy. It was absolutely. I was so sick. But yeah, I weighed.
That's a good end to the wellness show. We both shared our brushes with COVID.
Maybe
our potential brushes.
And again, I was in Seattle, like hotbed of COVID in January, right? Because it was like 2 weeks later when they started announcing the cases there, and that would have been about.
In retrospect, like going to that event in the beginning of March might not have been a smart move. Like thinking about it now. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't know. We just didn't know. So anyway, it was a great event. We had a fun presentation there too, right? So
we did a live happy hour, yeah.
We did. So anyway, well, good stuff. Right. Well, stay healthy. Right. Stay healthy. And get some exercise, and I'll do the same. And we will talk to all of you, our friends, later tomorrow. Please continue watching, listening, questions, DM us, tweet us, whatever. And we will be back here tomorrow. Bye.